Yep, 2 mines is definitely huge for the Egyptian. And that's kind of like the spawn that is supposed to be somewhat like helping the Aegis. So yeah, it's a sad story. But yeah, that was just you at 1. So, gonna be getting the points back here. Not gonna be holding you accountable for that, Moradin, as the only brave soul. Yeah, that fight, no, in the last game, it also didn't end all that well, but it was at least slightly better. But here, it was just like a disastrous fight next to the TC. That's true. Again, practically like all the power that he has gained through the better economy is kind of thrown away because of that fight. Not mention even the flame weapons upgrade. But third attempt on Loki versus Ra is gonna be up. No, and that's gonna be therefore on Tundra as the decider. Unless he's gonna be advancing to the second round of the qualification from today's match between Mahde and Spammed. As we are gonna be starting with what kind of gold mines and whatnot. Apparently it's gonna be the gold variant of the map, not the berries one, with the gold mine for... No, for the Loki it's not gonna be entirely too consequential where it's going to be. It's still gonna be somewhat nice. I do wonder if he's gonna be again going for the 2TC strat, or if he's gonna be going for the classic that we know. I think he should be going for the classic. Should be going for 4-minute advance, being half a minute faster than Spammed, block him on second TC and take it from there. Spammed's base. That is kinda bad gold actually for him. Somewhat forward. He can wall with the forest here, but still. That's certainly a bit of an opening, especially if he would be advancing through Heimdall, Mahde. Could therefore immediately pull it down, potentially walls as well. So the gold mine will be exposed as the second TC. No, maybe hugging actually the walls too much. That is a gold mine that is not terrible, but nonetheless it's not entirely ideal either. So there certainly is gonna be opportunity for Mahde. And the first relic by Dejer picked up is gonna be cheaper upgrades in the temple. Will be pretty sweet, for example, for Mahde and Hall of Thanes. Where he could be seen saving 1/5 of all the resources, so I'm gonna have 60 wood, which is not a small amount at all. Would be really nice. Favor potentially as well, but that's not the important part for exactly Loki. No, and as he's gonna be already, of course, working here. No, this could be a bit tricky. He might want to somewhat block the path in here a bit better, considering the mining camp. Otherwise, he could be having units actually walking through here. That could be possibly a bit concerning. With next Tale of Kerberos as the relic number 2. With unit special recharge time, that is actually, on the other hand, quite a bit excellent for Mahde. Especially if we get into at least like a mid-game and later game, which, I mean, like mid-game we should be getting to. Later game, up in the air. Up in the air if it's going to happen or not. Still some kind of good save food here. Otherwise he doesn't have any kind of great hunt on the left side, it unfortunately looks like. Next to the TC. Front one in there. Doesn't entirely solve the gold problem too much. Well, it's gonna be kind of tough choice for him. Really kind of sad that he's having the hunt all the way to the right on the other side than the TC. It's a bit sad story. You can see for Mahde it's gonna be maybe a bit easier. A bit of a random position of the temple, to be honest. Is he gonna be again trying to get the second DC then? Wait a second. No, he's again advancing unfortunately pretty late. Yeah, now he's doing the same thing. He's gonna be doing the same thing and he's gonna be losing again, unfortunately, I'm thinking. Because Spammed has probably kinda learned and realized what he needs to be doing against that strat. Maybe though, if Mahde is not gonna be doing that attack, it's gonna be different progress. Because what I'm thinking he should be trying to do is kinda like play as he did, sure, but instead of the fight with the flame weapons, Keep the flaming weapons for a fight to try and kill Son of Osiris if he can. Obviously, Spam is pretty careful with his rock. There is a point where Mahde should be thinking about throwing Axeman, at least somewhat, to limit that, and also help him against even just the Spearman and whatever. Thinking that really the Axemen are slightly underestimated, I'm thinking, by Mahde, as in the throw-in ones. As in the throw-in ones, with a few more guys here. Yeah, he seems to be right now waiting for the TC again, which at this point doesn't entirely solve anything for him. And I have to question why the Loki is not good getting the TC in the front. For him it makes sense, because Spam can't be really attacking it in any way. The back TC for Mahde is making literally 0 sense here. And he's again, yeah, I don't think he should have done that. I'm thinking this is a wrong idea. Can say now 440 advance. Imagine if he advanced at those 4 minutes. Somewhere about 4 minutes, and he was already having Hercerus blocking the TCs. They are on top of that, both on the same time, so it's turbo easy for Loki to block them. He doesn't have to be kind of guessing which side he's gonna be going to. He just needs to be having the Hercerus here, and he's gonna be able to switch between them immediately. So I'm really thinking this is not the ideal way to play this for Mahde. People should be learning really to advance early. I kind of hope that they have learned, because we have definitely seen in multiple matches so far that we have streamed people going for like 4-minute advances like that, and it definitely brought quite a good success for the players. So yeah, from that point of view, there is some kind of shift, at least slightly, but it still needs to be apparently a bit more widespread. So no, it's gonna be basically the same game as last one, just we have to be sending all our mental power to Mahde, not to be taking that useless fight. That's kind of like something that he can change and should change. Because again, throwing out the resources potentially can be getting decent mythical age. But again, just like the mythic is kind of hard for him though. Because even if he gets there, he doesn't entirely get anything important, because simply Son of Osiris is just like completely shutting him down. Any kind of dragon he's shutting down, any kind of mythical age myth units are gonna be shut down. Just like Osiris is way too annoying. And basically the game then really begins when Son of Osiris is gone. It's kind of like a bit interesting from Loki's point of view. You basically play until Son of Osiris and then after. As long as SOO is in the game, you practically shouldn't be having a chance to do anything serious. Kind of funny. Of course, all the years when he used to be playing 20 years back, then obviously there was a ball that was one-shot in Son of Osiris. So it wasn't that much of a thing that people would be even going him. Way more commonly they were going for the other guys. Even though there is, for example, a game by Magyar that I have on my YouTube against Spoink. I think against Spoink. And basically the whole gameplay was that he went Son of Osiris, fast mythic. And basically that was his winning condition. That was his whole game condition and purpose. Go fast mythic for Son of Osiris and win through that. It's kind of funny game. In Experts in Age of Mythology, I have it on my YouTube. If you are interested in that. And that's gonna be a link into the recorded game if you want to be watching it on RTS Sanctuary. So yeah, kind of funny that way. Also not finishing with all the farms in time. Oh, still not even having actually... somebody forgot husbandry. Well. That's gonna be costing us some dozens. Not entirely certain how much does that cost. Maybe 50. It's probably not gonna be like insane amount of food, but I imagine like 50 maybe plus it's going to be that you lose on that. I can imagine that's gonna be the case. Dwarfies, Hendax and Pickaxe. On the other side, that's gonna be right now just the plow still. Pickaxe is gonna be at least on the way in just a moment. No, he does have the resources. I think he just forgot. Thinking he just forgot. Maybe just tired after the first game. Already playing for almost 2 hours. And I kind of liked also the second TC when he was going for the Heimdall. Because he was having the option on the better towers with Safeguard. It was also quite nice. You can say it now, basically the same build. Absolutely for him. Still gonna be having some Wolfies. Plenty of food here anyway. And even some water buffaloes, aka Aurochs. By the way, Loki Macro, you are in the tournament or not? It's gonna be kind of fun to see you play there as well. You can see Hathor Classic, 948. That's a very late advance. Gold secure. You can see right now walling up. I mean, I just like letting the Ra do what he wants. It's just like such not a good idea. Just like, if you're gonna be seeing somebody like, for example, Chemo, what he can be doing with Ra, just like literally inside his base, and with trading in Heroic Age into Mythical Age and then going out, I mean, like, you're just gonna need to learn that this is usually not a good idea. Now we'll see, nonetheless. Hopefully Mahde is at this point gonna be a bit better informed by the experience from both of the previous games to have some kind of plan how to adjust his game. Heart already, Migdal probably somewhere here. Maybe he could be dropping Migdal actually there, blocking the gold and also right now actually the TC. Seems to be at this point still kind of not fully realizing that Mahde really won't be having any kind of army whatsoever. So he's risking way too much. This probably should be really fought. Even though 40% melee resistance on the X-Men is gonna suck big time. Not. Again, same way. Jesus Christ, spammed. Have you never cast Locust in your game in your whole life? Why is he casting it exactly into the spot? You need to be casting it in front of the villages, so that you do actually some reasonable damage. Is he maybe like way too used to the original cast of the Locust? Because they obviously would be all over the place. Whereas on the Voobly balance patch they are condensed. But like 3 games, 3 kind of like casting exactly where the villages were starting instead of where they're gonna be going. He could have been having, especially here, he could have been having such an actually good result. Would have killed probably like all 5, maybe 6 villages there. Well, not really gonna be the case anymore. With budget there for gone, and still gonna be having the crocodile, and he won't be having that much of a high success here. Okay, so market done. Right now we're gonna be carefully watching what Mahde is gonna be doing. And holding all our fingers crossed that he's not gonna be trying to do any kind of nonsense. You can see right now 30C also finished for spam. Really just could have been... Also spam could have been better informed here, frankly. Really, that forward Migdal would have been making way more sense from his point of view. But well, in the end he just kinda played it safe. They don't want to be risking anything. It is, after all, the last game. Yeah, not gonna be any kind of backseas here. So whoever's gonna be losing this one is out of the tournament. With Hendax at 48, sure, some kind of little help here. And can say that military upgrades gonna be having at least copper shields for Boo. But that is so far going to be it. No Mythical Age yet for spammed. But that of course doesn't mean that it's not gonna be somewhere close by. Again, the same as in the previous ones. I like to be right now, or I like to be seeing that he's gonna be diversifying again as he did in the last game. Potentially having himself some also further hunt if he wants to. And much more importantly, gold is going to be somewhat secure. Heavy cavalry again, copper mail coming up. Yeah, so far basically like no diversion here and divergence of Mahde from his previous plan. So I'm just kind of hoping that it's again not going to be 2 TCs into GG. Very much wishing for that not to be the case. Okay, fixed situation, and okay, let's just shadow such just the farm clicked in. Okay, Shaft Mine is right now gonna be up. Bronze Shields, Plow, Bowsaw, Shaft Mine. Again, seems like Loki is gonna be playing on the strong economy, and this is kinda smelling like he's gonna be trying to go again for the fight. Please don't. Please, like, really don't. It didn't work out last time, it basically lost you the game. So try something different. Somewhat like part-way raiding, sure, I don't have a problem with that. I'm a bit confused by the fact that Mahde doesn't have, at this point, to face the Spearman. That spammed is having practically only Axeman. Why is he not making Spearman this time around? I mean, like, Mahde is playing the same thing. Why are you diverting into something else? yourself, and it worked so well last game. The Speedos there. No, well, at any rate. Copper weapons, of course, better economy there further. Theoretically, this Migdol could be open to some abuse, but the problem is, it's not anything crucial. It though might be soon, because of course the next gold mines are rather far away. Not really protected in any reasonable fashion. Can say there's nothing here. Fortunately, of course, Spetsukos is gonna be again visiting Caller Hornsucker and the Skraeling. They're probably gonna be having some good fun in the evening. So you're gonna be therefore having the opportunity right now on the battle. Doesn't have to be casting the flame weapons, or rather he shouldn't be. And again, I really thinking he needs to be keeping flame weapons for some possible fight against SOO. Either to kinda kill him, or to just kinda give himself some chance to continue playing and get some kind of important spot on the map. Just like to counter the Son of Osiris in certain way. Mythical Age come in. Can see good villages there as well. Bronze Mail in the... I mean, like, these are really so intense investments from Mahde. He could have been already advanced in Mythical Age really easily. If he just, for example, let off something like the Bronze Mail, for example. He could have been already having Mythic. TC up. Mythical Age is gonna be what there for hell? Yeah. Okay, so it's gonna be hell again. All kinds of giants. Can see it now, medium Axeman with double Copperino. We are gonna be practically bronzed on the other side. Yeah, at this point, like, really, what the hell is going on here? Mahde can be taking these fights, actually, because there's legit nothing he can be and needs to be afraid of. Sure, high melee resistance, but just, like, measly attack on the Axeman. Where the hell are the Spearmen? Still Axeman. 3 barracks. No, still, rather, actually, finally. You're gonna be coming up, and you can see... Oh, wow, interestingly hidden here. It's gonna be hard to find for spammed. Good economical ups. Agromigdol, but it's going for the... He's not going for the gold, though. I was thinking he's going for this gold mine, but I actually looked a bit elsewhere on the minimap for a bit. So I'm a bit surprised that he's moving for that gold. Maybe. Hoping he's gonna be able to keep the spot with SOO, possibly. Guess that could be the idea for him in general. No, now it's about Mahde playing smart. Because he's gonna be again having huge income bonus in economy. Like seriously, both be Norse and having upgrades. Rock nearby, okay. Spam being careful. And again, no Axeman, no nothing. So he can't be practically like countering the rock. So he's gonna be having to, at this point, get the dragon to potentially pull him down. Or, of course, a few fire giants are gonna be working out as well. Champion, Cavalry, Carpenters. Carpenters when we are basically needing almost no wood in the gameplay, okay. It's not like the cheapest upgrade, actually. But that's why I'm kind of mentioning that. But Bronze Mail is kind of nice. And fairly decent resources otherwise as well. But okay, that's gonna be into the middle of the fight. How about sending actually a few more cavalrymen into Son of Osiris here? Fire Giant needs to be attacking that. Shifting Sense. Wow! He actually messed himself up! Come on, come on! Son of Osiris has been actually left out hanging. Luckily it's not gonna be that much of a huge problem, but oh, careful with that God Power. That's gonna be right now sending actually spammed quite a bit reeling. And again, just like any kind of lack of units against the guy, and just kind of like taps out of the fight as if nothing was going on here. Fire Giant running through. And he probably should be trying to pull this down then, but I guess he doesn't even know it's there. Thinking that's gonna be the biggest problem. Iron weapons, burning bitch, it's gonna be really quickly upgraded. Can see iron shields are, iron shields are already in place. Double bronze and Copperino for red. No, so this was kind of like one of the more reasonable fights, I guess. I think it was still a bit soon for the Flame Weapons battle, that there wasn't too much that Mahde could have been gaining from that. And I'm not sure that Spammed would be even wanting to engage in the first place too strongly. Side build to the top, with Dragon not already losing almost all the hit points here, unfortunately. And we are going to be at this point all the way to the bottom, with the Cavalry Not doing too much, but hopefully there's gonna be some temple. Okay, but we're not doing anything there. We're not doing anything here. And Son of Osiris is alone. Kind of. Healing the rock. Not wanting to build a new one, but it seems like this one is gonna get actually destroyed. And seems like it may be spammed. No, he does have heavy spearman now. There was also, for example, camel clicked in. Poor Valkyrie. Okay, Hendax. At least this time we're having Query. So we don't have to be playing on pickaxe the whole game as the first one. Mahde is gonna be missing, no, flat control, probably the most of everything. So far haven't started with the trade, which is gonna be somewhat actually decently blocked currently by Mahde, by the temple to the top. Midho gone. Yeah, he unfortunately didn't do anything important this time. Could have been probably better deployed somewhere on the left to try and pull down the TC probably. I think it might have been some idea. No, but well, finally some spearmen coming forward, and of course with all the cavalry coming up, you better be actually doing something else than only cavalry. Like in the first game it somewhat worked, but I don't think that spam is gonna be allowing him to do the same now. Iron weapon arrows, tons of gold, population limit missing a house. Right? Yes, right. Missing a house that he actually didn't notice. He lost one house somewhere in the front here a few minutes ago. And it feels to me that Mahde hasn't actually realized still that he has to be rebuilding that. And I can say now there's gonna be a trade starting from the top side. The side built by Mahde was a good idea, but it's not gonna be really right now doing anything too much. Scalloped axe has been researched, or scalloped axe actually. Wait, what? Oh, that's actually the iron weapons on him. That kinda looked like scalloped axe actually though on him. Weird. But well, nonetheless, not gonna be really the case, as he's gonna be trying to at least slightly block currently the gold. You can say now some random Ulfies coming forward, but we don't have really any kind of upgrade whatsoever on them. Tale of Kerberos for spam. That's obviously something that should have been picked up by Mahde way early in the game. Query Masons, Iron Mail. All fairly good upgrades for practically everybody here. As on the resources, spam is still somewhat kind of low on the gold. He really needs right now the gold miners still. He still doesn't have his 80 caravans. He's gonna be aiming for. It's a pretty good raid. Through the bottom. Army is gonna be almost there, unfortunately. Or actually, there is somebody. He's actually so well hidden that you can't even see him, and he's not even showing through as the blue color. This way. Kind of lucky position there, because I'm thinking that spam probably didn't see him and didn't notice that it was still going up. So you do have plenty cavalry. That's a kind of bad spot here for spam, probably. Son of Osiris is gonna be fixing it, but he's probably gonna lose everything here. Yeah, it was certainly quite a bit ripe for emergency exit. Emergency exit and extraction. But again, it just like doesn't have anything to play against Son of Osiris here. Goldmine is out. The ones through the bottom rather are gonna be blocked, and there is actually one here on the left. I was slightly wondering if there's gonna be something more here. I was not entirely getting to count them properly a bit earlier, but nonetheless, answer is here. Oh, Spam is even going into the middle for the gold. That's been a bit cheeky, frankly. He already doesn't have the Migdol here. But he's gonna be at least depleting the gold that Mahde would be liking to get. Same as, of course, Mahde needs to be. He's again having right now, what, 6,000 resources extra. Should be starting with trade and at the same time getting rid of some villages. So you can see economically he's extremely powerful. Having all iron upgrades already. Economical upgrades are gonna be not just basically full as well. He's really very strange Loki, Mahde. Starting to be playing like economical Loki. Really uncommon, but I'm all about that. It's kind of fun. It is all kinds of fun. With Spam, he's gonna be right about now missing Floody. And potentially something on the wood as well could be useful if he's well, aiming to be making. Nice right now, Pincer. If he's gonna be making so many charioteers. I like it how he's trying to get constantly ahead here. He's basically not like letting the Jarls to do what they want and attack automatically. He's kind of doing what he can with crenellations on the towers, and now he's gonna be probably wishing that he did advance through Heimdall and safeguard. Yeah, crenellations do not do too much for him because you don't have camels here, but or elephants. You never know if they maybe not gonna be coming, though it's not entirely too likely. And can straighten out the damage. He needs to be really focusing the Son of Osiris a lot more. He's not gonna be getting that many opportunities like these when Spammed is not paying it fully attention. And he's gonna be letting the units be... oh, SOO exactly. Gonna be letting him be a bit alone. Can say now Mountain Giant not able to do too much as he was trying to get to the TC. Very well base built by Spammed. And all the way into the middle, just against some few villages, because it looks like there's probably some kind of auto queue from a TC or some such. Looks possible. And you have actually even destroyed the house. That had to be the Mountain Giant on the left. And we getting even some completely random Aenear spawn. Well. No, nonetheless, he's still gonna be having only medium Axemen, for example, and heavy Speedos. So we are missing some further ones there. And with all the upgrades and the cadency of them for Mahde, and the lack of it for Spammed, it really looks to me that he is gonna be basically a bit more likely to maybe get somewhere here. But it's also gearing up to be, again, a 1 hour game. It's just, again, the classic situation. He can play until Son of Osiris, and now he just needs to be getting somehow rid of him, so that he can, again, have a chance to continue playing again. Because he doesn't have really anything shoot in, so he just needs to be throwing units against a wall, practically. Practically against a wall. So, where do we go? No, we have finally actually destroyed the building. That's kind of nice help. You can see the Mountain Giants on the auto queue here apparently are doing their job. We haven't actually 2 clicked in, so he can theoretically have some kind of extra food here if he wants to. Maybe just gonna save in favor. Because as I mentioned, if you're gonna be in the late game, especially it kinda holds true with something like Ragnarok, or, well, simply if you're gonna be having plenty fighting going on with flame weapons and whatnot, you can be effectively using temples as battery for the favor, because if you're gonna be having the other resources, you can click in the myth units, and it's gonna be spending, right, the favor, and you can be getting more and more. So you just don't have to be waiting for the auto queue to spend it for you. Just gonna click it in and effectively, you're gonna be getting more favor in the long run. By the way, for the god powers, we have just the spy still. I'm thinking that we need to be putting the spy on Son of Osiris. You can, right? Put it on Son of Osiris, I think you can. Should be possible. High profile spy, but it's kind of like the most important part to know where he is. Or theoretically you can also put it onto the rock, so that you know if maybe the rock is gonna be away, and you can therefore go for the Son of Osiris a bit more directly. There's, by the way, gonna be also some breach on the top side, where it's not much of a breach, it's just like imperfect walling by Spammed, unfortunately. Hoping the berries are gonna be a bit more reasonable, but they're not. And tons of towers, just watchies, without crenellations in them, nothing like that. And the Ulfies, do they have the extra upgrades already? He is having Mithril Breastplate, that's at least some use for Forsetti now in the late game. It's gonna be in place. There was a... he's gonna be towering the trade. That's what he was trying to do there. Of course, right now blocking the gold with 40 caravans. Yeah. Halfway there, boys. Halfway there to famous 80 from the first game. And Mahde is going for the Titan a lot earlier this time. Now, looking at the resources, he can even just gonna go for the Wonder soon. Probably against the Ra. I'm not sure if it's gonna be that useful. On the other hand, it could be interesting to kind of like force him to use the population limit on the rock and catapults, and he might be having temporarily a bit easier time in the attack. On the other hand, it could also cause him TCs very easily, so it's double-edged sword. It would really have to be quite well thought through. Yeah, kinda that's an interesting point, Moradin. That actually if we were playing Odin, it would be a whole lot better with the Ringgiver having Njord, for example. Because the flame weapons, they don't seem to be really doing enough for him in any kind of reasonable way. Can say now the build-up, unfortunately, in the trade didn't work out as he would have planned. As you can say now almost fully ironed for spam. We know that Mahde already is. Secrets of the Titanos, Architects, Guard Tower. This time the difference... No, that's gonna be the Titan apparently for spammed as well. I was going to say that maybe Mahde could be a bit quicker, but mentally thinking so. But seems like it right now the power through the bottom is gonna be quite a bit nice. However, we need to be sending some infantry home and not sending. It's probably gonna be just some kind of units, some dwarfies or gatherers that are going to be turned into Ulfsag. That's usually the best way how to do it for somebody like a Norse. Tons of rest on both sides. Unfortunately, right about now, Spam just wasted the bill of favor. But he really should be getting his own Titan. Doesn't want to be too far behind. No, there we go. It's gonna be probably this one, right? Of course. Quite, of course. New Migdol. Again, trying to get the gold. Yeah, he was trying to block it pretty well, Mahde. He's realizing what is the situation. Still a quite nice gold mine. A healthy one to the top. With one of the last ones also to the bottom. Or last ones, actually not. Because he gets right now the whole bottom position is in good control and hands of Mahde. There's gonna be another juicy one available. Still 6,000, which is close to the TC, but not entirely too close for any kind of power of spammed. Yeah, I'm really thinking that spam should be maybe focusing a bit more on the rocks anyway. He's kinda going for some catapults. Maybe right now could be trying to slow down the Titan so that he's gonna be having his own. Or trying to raid the TCs as well. Thinking there are some options. I can agree with that. And we're really having tons of echo again for Mahde. And he's having only 50 villages, by the way. He should be though starting definitely trade. He's so far hoping that he's gonna be able to manage it with the Titan and the mines that he has. But I don't know. It's gonna be kind of a bit funny. Thinking that a bit of a trade should be starting from him anyway, just to make sure. Because this could be easily even just like developing into some kind of nonsense like the game number 1. The town center is gonna be gone. Son of Osiris gonna be able to jump out still anyway. On the other side, can see blocking it off. And probably hoping to maybe also get into the trade as well. I'm gonna be expecting. How long it will be take to build a wonder with one Ulfsag? A lot. That would be quite a few minutes. That would be definitely a few minutes. I'm not entirely certain how many, maybe even 5. Would be really long. Because that's a lot of build points in there. Okay, I think it to the top flank. Yeah, Morade, as you say. Getting the Jarls, even just like the insta bonus for the hill fort units from Odin, not just the Njord. Really nice. And go Freya into the thundering hooves and whatnot. No, but nonetheless, DC is gonna be right about now, therefore taken off. And is Spam gonna be immediately going Wonder? No, he doesn't have favor for that now. Because he used it on the Titan. So it's gonna be right about now finished for Mahde. Quite a lot easier and faster than in the last game at least. And this time he should be able to actually make it through the game, and through the map rather, into the other side. Okay, Mr. Troll. Let's find us some work. Spam just kind of like some kind of army. Who cares? They are just serfs. They don't deserve any kind of... They don't live for anything else. They're not stupid, they know it. Yeah, towers. No, I'm liking that Mahde is at least utilizing what he has learned in the late game of the first game. We can definitely see the progress. Can see the progress here, or both players during the match. I'm really loving that. That's superb to see. That they are not thinking that they are thinking about the game, not just kind of like playing some kind of dump, build all that they learned and making it work. Okay, there we go. Halfway there, but he doesn't also have that many villages built in it. Not that many. No, he actually does. I was thinking it was a bit less. Yeah, a few missing to the backside. Kinda depends. If Spam is gonna be playing it smart, then he should be able to block his path. But yeah, well, we have already seen so many cases where the player is not able to play it smart and block the path in well enough. Because at that point, if you're not gonna be trusting you're gonna be making it in time, you should just be protecting your own base and kind of like your gains here on the left side. But with the town center already finished, you're gonna be coming through. Just needs to be slowing down some of the villages, yeah. Piggy can be charging in. really just gonna slow it down so that the Titan can be getting in place. 80%. And with so many wolf sacks on the way, this is looking damn interesting here. And again, 50 caravans, 54 villages, almost reaching over. And now, yeah, well, tons of resources for Mahde. 45 villages, but sure, he can still go even further here. And yep, that's the block-in. Unfortunately, Mahde not realizing what's going on. With the piggy, should be trying to find a way how to get into the Titan Gate itself with other wolf sacks. Trying to destroy the Veligeros, which is currently exactly what's going on. And frankly, Titan doesn't have to be even worried about the Son of Osiris. He's gonna be doing tons of damage, sure, but in the end, who cares? Come on, Mahde. Keep him on the leash. Keep your boy on the leash here. Oh, that's gonna be finally some kind of good damage into SOO. Yep, kill the Son of Osiris. Doesn't stand a chance against the good old Titan. He's gonna stomp on him a few times. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Just gonna kill him. Yeah. Don't be afraid of him. There we go. Son of a God is gonna be gone. And the next in order is going to be not even the Titan Gate, just gonna straight the fortified TC. And looks like that the GG is gonna be this time reached in kind of like half the time at 34 minutes 30. And with both players learning, first spammed learning from the first game, Mahde then learning from the second, and as you could have seen also partially from the first now, it is going to be right now a GG, and we are going to be having Mahde taking the odd games, and he's gonna be advancing, probably gonna be the first kind of like surprise, let's say, the second player in order advancing. And he's gonna be playing in the round 2 of the qualification of Voobly Champions League 3, hosted by the community and Boit. Okay, so good luck and good job on that. Great job also to Spammed. He has also provided some awesome games here. So I thank both guys that we were able to even stream you in the first place. These are some pretty fun and excellent games. Just kind of looking quickly if there's something currently going on, but it doesn't seem so. But as I mentioned, later tonight, in about 3 hours at 1 GMT, 3.5 hours at 1 GMT, there's gonna be, or supposed to be, Sensui versus VNC. And then at 2:30 GMT, which is 5 hours from now, there's gonna be ChronoJJ versus Alucard. So 2 games late at night. Not sure how it's gonna be looking with the streaming. I guess I could theoretically help out if it's gonna be wanted. But I'm thinking that maybe could be also some other interested people, or maybe even Boit is gonna be already up for those. We'll see. But those are 2 matches still that are ready for the evening. Okay, let's have a look some ups. Missing flat control and the wood upgrades, but again at least having the query this time around. Full upgrades for a long time on the other side. Army upgrades also filled, even for example Levy Longhouse was done. Do we have Levy Castle and Ilfort? Nope. We don't have that, but do we actually have some kind of unit here still available? Yes, we do. Champion Charioteers, double iron, missing the iron shields, but they obviously weren't important in the defense here. We don't have anything pierce damage that would have been actually coming through here. I mean, like the Titan play is really uncommon. Even just the Echo play for the Loki is uncommon. Maybe some kind of interesting inspiration for those of you in the chat who are also playing Loki. Can have a look if it's gonna be working for you as well. Nonetheless, there we go. In the post game, gonna be having this time Mahde properly winning the score, but you can see the Echo 10.5 with some 6.5, so 17, 17 and 9, 26, 25,500 resources more for Mahde than for Spammed, and he was already having 17,000 gold from trade, and he still won that. Really, that 2TC powerful economical build, plenty of economical upgrades early, and even military ones though. That's also the interesting part there. I mean, like this time he was having a decent amount of spears. We were actually wondering if Mahde is gonna be reacting, because he was like facing really tons of them, heavy spearmen, and he was making just like straight cavalry into it. But pushed through, and of course some help from for some Ulfies, then also paid off. And this time, spam just kinda couldn't get into the proper spam of mercenaries. You can see the same upgrades. And a bit more improvements in the end here. Loving to see so many mountain giants though. It's kind of fun. But of course here, having just the medium axemen as the max. Again, just like so heavy cavalry army. That's a bit of a shame. Bit of a bump in the villages before. Yeah, he wasn't making the Titan here. He was just kind of like fixing the economy a bit. Thinking to the right, he was switching into some raids there. And it's kind of like nice to see. He's kind of using the Ulf sacks / villages pretty commonly during the game, which is nice to see. Okay then, so congratulations to Mahde on his victory against his former clan comrade, as Mahde used to be in deities of death as well. And good luck again in your fight. In the second, I can see the difference in the economies is pretty huge from the early stages. Even at, for example, those 70 minutes here, there's gonna be a difference of like 10,000 resources here. It's already quite a bit huge. So good luck in the second round of the qualification for the Voobly League, well, Voobly Champions League 3 by Boit and the community, and people like ChronoJJ, Grassing Room, and plenty others. And of course, well, good effort and job by Spamt as well. You're having some cool games and really good tenacity in the first one. It actually even looked like that it might even work in the end, but wasn't to be today. At least the second game was pretty well played. This one also wasn't terrible, but Mahde just kinda adjusted his play so that he's gonna be avoiding that bad fight that cost him the whole Frozen Wastes. So good luck in further tournaments as well and further games. No, and GG to both. No, okay then. So that's gonna be it for the match. And I'm thinking, and we are going to be there for having probably also it for the session here. And are planning to do anything more or wasn't planning? We're gonna be having classic session tomorrow with Voobly community games at evening GMT, somewhere like, I don't know, 17, 18 GMT plus. If there's gonna be possibly some live match that would be like in covering, you can of course do that as well. Maybe some recorded games if there will be some problem finding some live games for us to stream. You can do that. But today there was therefore this match. There was also the other match going on between Revan and Starko. It was streamed at the same time at Twitch TV /El Pelososo. Can I be giving you the link for that? And also earlier there was a match streamed by Rappel as his POV. He was playing against Garmajuda in the second round already. And also, of course, Count von Count was having some fun games today as well. And he was also raiding us, so thank you very much for that. And you are finished. Thank you for the follow. So otherwise, of course, feel free to visit for anything Age of Mythology RTS Sanctuary and Age of Mythology Heaven to improve your gameplay, RTSS, to also learn of upcoming tournaments, get recorded games, old and new, to improve your gameplay, find guides there or active community to help you out. It's the center of the AOM community with all kinds of mods and whatnot, and for mods as well, especially something like custom scenarios and campaigns and whatnot, and civilizations and stuff. You can find plenty of those at Age of Mythology Heaven, or if you want to be becoming a modder yourself, plenty good guides and also kind of tools there for you to work with, especially on the graphics and whatnot, and not simply how to mod Age of Mythology. Plenty advice and whatnot that's to be found there too. No, and if you are wanting to be playing with us on Voobly, the better version of the game, if you are only on extended edition, then you can try the compatibility patch if you don't want to be looking for the download anywhere or don't have it, and you can therefore get yourself some further players to play with, because you can then play both on Steam and on Voobly. So this is only if you don't have the original. If you do, then it's not gonna be doing anything for you. Just kind of like transforms the game so that Voobly and the original game can work with it. If you have some issues, feel free to message me on here, Discord, or anywhere else, or simply ask other Voobly mods or on the support forums. So yep, Voobly is the only one with active moderation, so we are keeping it safer and hopefully more fun for you as well to enjoy Age of Mythology still. So these were some excellent games today. So thank you very much, Mahde and Spammed, that you were able to stream you. It was really entertaining. I'm just gonna be now showing also plenty of the things here that are still coming up in the tournament in this week. So as I mentioned, at 1 GMT there should be Sensui versus VNC, and then ChronoJJ versus Alucard at 2:30. That should be still tonight. And well, then we'll see what that's gonna be next coming up. There are still a few matches that haven't been played. Gold Lion versus Huisao. What else? It's gonna be maybe Odinkin versus Julius. It's gonna be the only 2 matches that weren't played. And also a bit early, Unbelievable and Julian Papa already was decided administratively earlier. From the others, there are some others, of course, already going to be coming up from the second round. Eric versus Mr. Boat. Brighead versus Temista here. Gabo versus Lordy. Super Affe Miracle. This is gonna be an interesting match. The Mantas versus Punkstar was the first one already played last Saturday. Streamed by Nolus. Rappel versus Garmajuda was today by Rappel. And you can say it now, Hells versus Symptom. No, plenty other people still to be played. One scheduled 4:30 early morning. 19th, that is actually Saturday early morning, so late Friday. Kvoth versus Julian Papa. And then there's gonna be even, that's next week, Count versus Vizzy. It will be at 8 GMT, also early morning, because obviously this is an Australian. So that's always gonna be some kind of funny timing for that. And with that, okay. Also, some of the games, of course, have been placed and played and streamed rather on, for example, Sunday on Mr. Pound Town stream. Gonna see if I can get the link for you as well. You can find them in the past broadcast or on his YouTube. And not sure if there were some other streamers than us, actually. No, Boit is obviously going through the games. Not sure if somebody else was interested in some more so far. I don't think so. I think I'm expecting that people are gonna be coming up with kind of like the more known names coming forward, and when they thinking they're gonna be getting more viewership for that. Usually people are not wanting to do those early ones because they just gonna consider them, well, from their point of view, that they are not interested, I don't know. But from my point of view, I think that everybody deserves to be cast. And look at the excellent match today, for example, that we had. Superb match. Superb match and superb games. These are usually kind of frankly the best, because you just in the high level matches, you just know what's gonna come. Just like all about maybe fawning about the execution, but you just know it's gonna be always the same. Or almost always the same. But here, for example, Mahde has shown some excellent novelty practically. Right? Just like provided some completely new experience for us. And also one of the epic games that you can of course enjoy here. But otherwise, feel free to also join us on Voobly if you are interested. Of course, you are gonna be able to find here not only the balance patch games that we are playing upon, most of the community is. You can play here also the Ensemble Studios 103 if you are interested, the very much original game. Or you can play here Vanilla without Titans, Expert patch on Vanilla, Rated Vanilla, Deathmatch, Lightning, I have even seen actually last week. Or you can play here plenty of custom scenarios, for which there are also currently still some events going on. Let me right now find links so that I can showcase that to you as well. There's gonna be the event 1 and event 6 currently going on. Hosted by Straxis and Samos and Voobly and whatnot. Looks like that event 1 is somewhat not where I would be expecting. Not sure why. Okay, I don't know where it currently is, but like really, where is it? Not sure, maybe it has been hopefully not cancelled, but nonetheless, If it's gonna be coming back, then it's basically the one with the ACSP ladder, where if you're gonna be playing 10 games on certain games, or say certain maps, then you're gonna be getting the premium for a month if you are wanting to. And then at the end of the year, of course, who's gonna be at the top of the ladder is gonna be getting as well some reward. And otherwise, there's currently the event 6 that is going on every Friday at 20 GMT on Sudden Mythodea or Sudden Death Mythodea version, the new version of Mythodea, and you can therefore now get that on the mod center of Voobly. There are also plenty others you can enjoy, like, I don't know, the European Wars, for example, here, Desertification, Carnivora Wars, Turma Wars, for example, as well, Mythodea Mini, which is something like a tiny Mythodea practically. So plenty other things, and currently new parts of the game coming up from Straxis. This was, for example, by NKKit and Sealingbed as well, but mostly by Straxis. He's putting up some new scenarios and also working on the old ones. So up to you. If you want to be right now having some good fun on something else, or the classic scenarios, that you're also gonna be plenty of them getting if you just join the Age of Mythology Titans lobby. You're gonna be getting the auto download with the most common ones, like something like Zelda is of course the most common. You can also get Foodwood Gold Bloodsport, played commonly CB, aka Castle Blood, or something like, what do we have, Norse Wars maybe, Worm Football, probably not. You are not gonna be getting those from the mod, but you can find them elsewhere. Same as like Cat and Mouse, for example, or otherwise there are also Choose Your Mutation, RPG Tower Defense, Mythodea, Dark Mythodea, or I don't know, Gladiators, Settlers. Tiny is a bit more commonly played by Elkers, and others like Yoshi, for example, is the top level expert on it. Or something like Final Fantasy, Forest Escape. There are like tons of custom scenarios, new ones coming up, and you can also find many of them on Age of Mythology Heaven, as I mentioned. So up to you what you want to be choosing to do here and play. Okay, so that's apparently right about now. Scotty coming up with some games. Starco is also streaming, so gonna be probably right now recommending Starco especially, since he was playing the match early. I don't know how his match ended, so up to you maybe to find out. And as I mentioned, tomorrow, somewhere in the evening, we are going to be having some good games, hopefully, in the Age of Mythology community game session that we have every Wednesday here for quite a few years already. So you can see right now the streams. There is Starco therefore. There is Rob El Tirano doing some games as well. Starting right now with the smaller ones, so feel free to support them. Obito is doing some extended edition 1v1s. So visit those. No, and well, Scary has just started and already having some good views there, so feel free to visit any of those that you are gonna be interested in. As also right now Talderius apparently doing some campaign, it looks like, that he's playing. But yeah, that's gonna be there for it for tonight. From me, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you also for whoever stopped by. That's gonna be in the chat there for Loki Macro, Moradin, then who else? No Brainer, Heimdall, Little Player, Zefferson, Uros, Mr. Pound Town, Tunison, Kattidanks, Koicha, I am Schism, Norse, of course, on his millionth account. You are Finnish, also thank you for the follow. And thanks again El Pelos also and Count von Count for the raids. And let's maybe kind of have a look into the past broadcast to see who else was also around, so that we thank properly everybody. We are a small enough channel for doing that, so kind of like to be possibly giving a bit of a highlight to everybody who is curious about stopping by. And as you can see also in the past broadcast, potentially here or on my YouTube, you can also see what other games we stream. For example, yesterday we were doing some Heroes of Might and Magic. We playing Diablo here, or some old schooler games like Dune 2, Settlers. Then, I don't know, some Daggerfall. We played The Witcher here, Kingdom Come Deliverance, Transport Tycoon Deluxe, Age of Empires 1 Hardest campaign. We still have to be continuing that. We are in the Yamato campaign. We have already finished Greeks, Egyptians, Hittites, Babylonians. So Yeah, thinking those. So something to enjoy there as well. Okay, so who is right about now here? So from Count's raid, that was Step, Ofrank, Rappel, then Bronze Boy, Erjon or Erjon, Apprentice, probably Programado. It's gonna be more like not French, rather Spanish, so not. Let's leave the French accent elsewhere. Flame was also here, Kilty, Saracen, Kido 19, Rich, also imparting the knowledge of how many caravans you can actually have in the game. Age 55, Dra, so it's probably supposed to be something like Hydra. Skopos, X123. And maybe gonna be missing somebody else, so sorry for that if I did, but nonetheless, thank you also for visiting. Wim, you can see here with this classic white nickname. And I guess that's probably gonna be it. That looks like it's gonna be at least all the names that I can right now. Somehow a bit easier to see. But well, whoever else was also here, thank you very much. If I missed you, sorry. Hopefully next time I'm gonna be able to mention you, and thank you of course to everybody who was lurking around, and Gamerboy, for example, here, the Gamerboy 0000. Random name also seen here as an extra. And hope to maybe see you on some other stream. Again, maybe tomorrow. Maybe gonna be, of course, getting again into some games and matches as they're gonna be coming up. You could have seen there are still gonna be plenty of them in the early rounds, and of course for the next few months, plenty of them still up with the main event, the Champions and the Challengers League, the group stages, and then of course the playoffs. Yeah, well, again, we'll see how many people are gonna be trying to make their way into stream games that they're gonna be suddenly considering interesting as opposed to the qualifications. But yeah, well, maybe you're gonna be able to help with some games. Anyway, we are gonna be probably around a lot of the times. But yeah, at least you're gonna be getting to enjoy some different casting and maybe some expert players as well. And maybe you're gonna be also making it work with count. So kinda sorry that the first game was so long that you already had to leave or left. Maybe next time we're gonna be getting some co-casting again, as we already done that before. Okay then, so thank you very much for watching. I've been Blackadder at Blackadder's Place. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you LPLs also and Count von Count for the raids. You are finished for the follow, and everybody for stopping by. And see you later. And thanks, of course, the community and Boit for doing this tournament. Same of course all the other admins. I know ChronoJJ, Grass and Groom, and all the others. I'm hopefully gonna be able to figure out to properly think as well in time. See you.